I washed my hair. Can you tell? Hi, my name is Crystal, and we are the Rainbow Noodles. So, I would not be much of a vlogger if I didn't at least tell you what is going on since the appointment. I was pretty worked up about it. I'm pretty sure I posted about it. I'm pretty sure we're at the stage in my video series where you'd like to know what happened, what's going on, how did you get through it, blah 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 blah. Yes, my hair is meant to match the wall. That was the goal. It's like my favorite color. It's everywhere in this house, if you haven't been able to tell. It represents so much to me. If you don't know, I'd love to explain it sometime. Let me know if you don't know. Maybe I have said it, maybe I haven't. I can't remember anymore. Anyway, what were we talking about? I'm looking at myself, so I'm really distracted by my hair color right now. It's just so weird. Did y'all know I used to be brunette? Did you know that? Maybe we should review some of those videos someday. That'd be interesting. Anyway, I need to not look at myself because it's so distracting. I've only been blue-haired for... yeah, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that. I need to put something over this because I cannot look at myself because I am getting really distracted with my blue hair. Can you tell I don't look at myself too often? Okay, let's just admire myself for just 1 second. Let's be very vain about it and look at all the little flaws and details. And oh, look, do you see some blonde coming through? There's some blonde down there. Whatever. All right, so let's just... yes, it got shorter. What do you think? Does it look better shorter? Why are we caring so much? It's because it's the first time we've really looked at ourselves this long. We don't look at ourselves this much in the mirror, so yeah, we're really distracted with our appearance right now. We don't usually do this, so we need to stop. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to speed this whole thing up so that you guys are not bored. Oh my gosh. Are you done yet? I definitely have some, like, distracted noodles that don't want to talk about what we want to talk about. They want to just keep looking at the freaking camera. Stop looking. Oh my gosh, guys, stop it. Okay. We're going to be serious for a second. What were we talking about? I would not be much of a vlogger. I would not be much of a vlogger. Oh my gosh, my hair is so distracting. I cannot stand it. This is so funny. I'm laughing, but I'm mad. I'm mad. I've got a mad noodle in there that's mad that the kids aren't calming down for a second. They're rowdy and they're cracking up and they're like teasing the heck out of this hair right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not in a good mood. You guys are. You're just you're making everybody's... oh my gosh. This is so... I'm gonna get mad. Just stop. Please. I'll turn off the camera. Okay. I would not be... stop it. Have you ever had that? Are you a multiple? If you're a multiple, have you ever had someone so freaking close that you can pretty much hear them bugging you? It's almost like having headphones on, but you can still hear somebody saying something, even though you're trying to tune them out. You can still hear them, and you can still tell that they're trying to break your concentration. Just shh, stop it. They're just trying to aggravate me now, and they think it's funny. I guess I'm supposed to laugh along with it, but no. I would not be much of a vlogger if I did not tell you what happened after my appointment yesterday. Before my appointment, I was recording myself reading the pages from last year's evaluation. So this year I was getting another evaluation because I want them to look at the dissociative stuff a little harder. They did test my memory. They did see if I had some voices in my head, questions answered, yada yada, trauma in my past, yada yada. But it was very incomplete and very inconsistent. Like it wasn't a thorough check. So right before my appointment, I was extremely nervous, and I'm tapping my foot. I'm welling up in tears. I'm having a really hard time, whether it's me or Noodles, co-con, blending, influencing, co-fronting. I don't know what the terms are exactly, but it was a very fuzzy feeling, and I could not make up my mind how I felt about this appointment. A part of me wanted to be very smart about it and very serious and very matter of fact, and this is the way it is, and you better believe us, doc, because we know what we're talking about. But the other part of me was like, please just help me get these voices out of my head. And then I had another part that was, so I mean, I had this conflicting plan on what we were going to present the doctor with, and nobody could agree on how we were going to do it. So I go to my husband because he happened to call in sick yesterday, and he was home. So I went to him almost in tears, trying to hold everything back, and I really just wanted to talk about it with him, whether he'd just give me some reassurance, slug me in the arm, pat me on the back, tell me I've got this, or ask me what's coming up for me, and then maybe I can tell him a list of things that I'm thinking about saying, and which noodle should I go with, and how do I tell him how do I tell this doctor everything in 30 minutes? I just was really more nervous about that. I didn't want it to be silly. You know what? I actually wrote everything down. I got all of my noodles together, and I asked them to tell me what's coming up for them. All right, it says anxiety about evaluation. Here we go. I'm just going to read them off real quick. One of them says, I'm going to get rejected. Another one said, I need a plan. Otherwise, I'll have to... No. It says other... One of the noodles says, I'm going to get rejected. That was maroon noodle. Red noodle says, I need a plan. Otherwise, it's going to go to shit. Peach noodle says, they're going to invalidate us. Orange noodle says, let's get her done. It'll be false. Watch. And then gold noodle says, they're going to think we're crazy. And then yellow noodle says, we've got this. We're smart. We'll be okay. And then lime noodle says, whatever you do, leave Jim out of it. And then another one says, this is going to make us feel better. That's green noodle. And then the mint noodle says, I just want to speak my truth. And the teal noodle says, I want to fix this and make others happy. And then the cyan noodle says, I fear it's going to make us feel worse. And indigo says, I'm tough. I've got this. I'll keep you safe. And then purple says, can I just go to bed? And then the lilac noodle says, this is going to blow up in our face. And then magenta says, can we blow something up? And then pink noodle says, I just need a hug. And black and white noodle says, die, Crystal, die. And that seems to be, this is a mixture of, it's a bowl of noodles of you can't tell which one starts and which one ends, and sometimes one's more predominant than another, and someone's repeating themselves and some are quieter, and you're searching for the ones that feel good, and you're searching for the ones that you need to hear and bring you up, and nobody will stay quiet. Wow. So that's what that was like right before the appointment. And husband did not do jack crap for us. He actually stayed silent, changed the subject, and then continued to ignore us until the appointment started. Oh, but did he leave us alone? No, 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 no. He stayed in the bedroom and he sat on the bed and he listened to us talk to the doctor the entire phone conversation. Yes, it was a teletherapy appointment because of COVID. Thank you, COVID. So my husband's in the room violating our privacy by listening in on our conversation, and we had absolutely no courage or guts or bravery or anything to tell him to get out. We were bawling our eyes out moments before the doctor's appointment started. Do you see this? Do you see this attitude I have right now? It's a very disdained, bitter, resentful noodle that I've got going on right here, and I'd much rather have this shown than the one that's really upset about it, like crying on the floor upset about it. Yeah, we're just going to be mad about it if that's okay. So, did we dare say anything? No, of course we didn't, because we were falling apart and we didn't know what to do, and he was trying to show that he was supportive, but he didn't say a damn thing, so it wasn't very supportive now, was it? Okay, sorry. The phone conversation starts with the doctor for the eval, and he assumes that this is a routine follow-up eval. But I inform him right away that the lady at the front desk who made the appointment could not answer our questions about dissociative disorders, and because we'd been there once before, she just decided to sign us up for another eval. And he goes, "Oh, really? So you didn't necessarily want another eval?" And I go, "Well, I don't even know if you guys look into the thing that I'm looking into. I mean, if you do, then sure, let's do another eval. Worst case scenario, we could just compare last results to this year's results, and then I'll know more about my memory. But do you guys even do dissociative evals, right? Because it could be other kinds of dissociative disorders. It could be DDoS 2 or 3. It doesn't have to be the one with alters, because my alters are not that distinct, and I'm not even sure if anybody else would be able to define them as alters. I think I'm the only one, and my husband might be able to, because they're so covert that I don't know if you could tell right now. That was definitely magenta that was just fronting a second ago. So I can tell when they're out. I can tell when I am not myself. I can tell when somebody is coping poorly based on a trauma response from the past. I can tell. I can tell now more so than I could before my awareness. But what I'm trying to say is that the doctor was extremely intrigued by my line of questioning, and extremely intrigued because his first question after we got that out of the way about the dissociative, he says, "Okay, so tell me what's happened in the last 15 months since you last since you last saw us." And I go, "Well, let me tell you." And I told him everything. I did not leave anything out. And I told him everything about all the meditation and the self-hypnosis and the self-help and all the therapy sessions. And I even told him about the Udemy classes and how I learned about complex PTSD, and I'm learning about CBT therapy, and I've been researching and dissecting, and I know codependency inside and out, and I understand myself on such a fundamental level that I know what I need to do to rise my vibrations to get myself in a good mood. And I also know how to ground myself when I'm not in such a great mood. But I want to know how to fix the in-betweens, how to stop the extremeness of the bumpy rides, I guess I should say. I understand what happens on the opposite ends, but I want to know how to fine-tune the middle stuff, if that makes sense. So I feel like I've become an expert at myself. I feel like I've become really good at emotional regulation, that I know how to correct myself, but I don't know how to prevent myself, if that makes sense. So I explained all this, and I explained about the noodle theory, and I explained about the mayor of the town, and he even mentioned the microphone at the mic before I even mentioned it, which I thought was great. That means I was getting my point across, and he was a very good listener. And so I just continued to listen. I mean, I continued to talk, and he continued to listen, and he went way over the half an hour. In fact, we spoke for 59 minutes on the phone, because I think he was so intrigued. I read in pieces of my journal. I read him I read him a thing that the 5 and 6-year-old noodles helped me write to try to get prepared for this. I think I read it to you. I think we did read it to you, didn't we? Yeah, I think we read it I think we read it the night before. I don't remember when we read it. I think we read it before the appointment. It was either yesterday before the appointment or the day before. It doesn't matter. I think we read it is what I'm saying. So anyways, he kept trying to pinpoint me into saying that I have different personalities and that I think that they're different and that other people think that they're different and that I have complete blackouts. And I would not say that I have complete blackouts because yes, while I have amnesia walls and I do have emotional amnesia, and yes, I do have a lot of chunks of memory missing from different points, whether it be like I told them about the downloads of information from altar to altar, but it's kind of like a spotty memory where a lot of large pieces are missing and it's just little fragments of what happened, and that's how I can kind of pretty much get by. He started to understand more and more, and I kept reiterating to him, I think it's close to OSDD1A, and I don't think there's enough research out there to collaborate or deny what I'm experiencing is OSDD1A, but because they're so hard for others to tell how distinct they are, I can tell you that they seem very distinct to me, but they're not different nationalities, they're not different sexual. Well, they've got a couple different sexes, but not in the sense that they don't really identify with their gender, you know. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense. They all identify with Crystal as Crystal, but I don't know how to make any sense of it. How do you put in words what other noodles feel? It's not mine to explain. But basically, I have a few noodles in there that we call him and he, but I don't know if they call themselves he or him because they don't front. Does that make sense? They don't front, so therefore we only call them he. Oh my gosh. Anyways, the appointment seemed to go rather well. Man, I've been talking a long time. Wow. The appointment seemed to go rather well, and I was able to wipe my tears and feel good about it, and my husband fell asleep in the middle of it, and he claims that he didn't, but whatever, you did because we heard you snoring. And at the end I told him the truth, that I didn't want him in here while we were talking. Well, I thought I was just supporting. I thought you wanted me in here. I go, I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to talk to you before my appointment. I wanted you to give me some kind of kudos or thumbs up or pats on the backs or you got this or something, but he didn't give us crap. So I don't know, if you have anybody in your life that you're trying to support, okay, the number one thing you can do is learn about their noodles. That's the number one thing. And if they come to you with some sort of anxiety or worry or stress or anything, even if it's love, okay, don't be silent. I don't think there's anybody in the world that just wants your silence. I don't think so. And he thinks that no matter what he says, he's not going to say it right, so he might as well say nothing at all. And it's like, you know what? I'd much rather have you try and fail and fail and fail and fail, because there is times where he doesn't say the right thing. He wants to try to fix it. I don't want him to fix anything. I just want him to support me and try to let me talk about things. Ask me open-ended questions, something. Man, I'm really upset about him not showing up for me, because not only is he not showing up for me lately, he's not providing me a safe space to open up to him. He doesn't say, hey, yeah, tell me more, I'd like to learn more, or hey, what's going on for you today, or how are you feeling? Or no, I sneak into his room all scared, and if I mention one little thing about me, I'm not feeling the love. I'm feeling very rejected and I'm feeling very lonely. That's somebody in there that's feeling that, because we don't all feel that way. Okay? So we can't own that entirely. So we're just going to put that over there. We're not ignoring it, but let's just put that feeling to the side. We don't need to focus on it right now because it's not going to serve us to focus on it. We just need to do some self-care right now and some self-love. If we continue to look outwardly, we will always be lacking. So let's put that over there for a second and let's give ourselves self-love and self-validation and self-acceptance. Some good news about husband is that he is going with us tomorrow to the P4 conference from Discussing Dissociation. Discussing Dissociation has a 2-day conference, one for providers and one for survivors, and we are going to both days, Saturday and Sunday, and my husband is going with. He is wasting his whole weekend, he says. You mean you want me to waste my whole weekend? I didn't say that. I said I want to go and you can stay home. But he would never allow that. Why? Because, I might meet somebody and run away and get married to him. That's probably what he's thinking. So that's why he wanted to go with me on both days, or he doesn't want me going at all. And I was going to go with him. I was going to go without him whether he liked it or not. Am I sharing too much? I was not going to sit this one out just because he didn't want to go. I was going to go whether he wanted to go or not. So guess who's going? Me with him. But I think it's great because he's trying to show me that he's being supportive. So we'll see how supportive he's going to be this weekend. All right, I feel like we've got a wig on and this is like clown hair or something. Oh my gosh, I feel like an idiot. Okay, well, I think I've talked long enough. I guess I'll let y'all go. Did I show you my pillow? Oh, isn't that rainbow? It's like my rainbow noodle pillow. I love it. I gotta go to bed. We're waking up early. Alexa, set alarm clock for 6:30.
Second alarm set for 6:30 a.m.
Are we okay? Yeah, we're okay. All right, guys. Well, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.